Hey everybody, we are now moving into Module 19, which is all about graphing these quadratic equations we just learned how to solve. So in this module, we'll go back to using our skills at graphing. So in this presentation today, let's just review our vocabulary that we learned from Algebra 1 related to graphing. First things first, you go to Walmart, Office Depot, Home Depot, and you buy yourself a package of graph paper, which is usually blue line paper. And all the lines are equally spaced and makes little squares. In order to even start graphing on that graph paper, you have to set up a Cartesian coordinate system. And let's start using the correct vocabulary. The Cartesian coordinate system was developed by a French mathematician named René Descartes, hence where we get the word Cartesian for his last name, Descartes. He is the first mathematician that brought geometry and algebra to life visually by coming up with this whole idea of graphing, of drawing pictures. And what René Descartes said is the Cartesian coordinate system consists of two number lines that are perpendicular to each other. So you know and I know when we go to graph, we pull out our graph paper, and the first thing we draw a horizontal line and a vertical line. And that is setting up the Cartesian coordinate system. Those two number lines are what we call our axes. The one that goes across horizontally is your x-axis, and the one that goes up and down are your y-axis. And the point where they intersect is labeled the origin. And that's denoted with the numbers 0, 0. Because 0 means you haven't yet moved to the right or left, and 0 means you haven't yet moved up or down. So that is always the starting point, the origin, when you go to plot a point. When we draw the xy axis, we break our Cartesian coordinate system into 4 boxes, or called quadrants. And they're named with Roman numerals. And the far right-hand corner, that's quadrant 1, and that's where all your x values and your y values are positive numbers. Then we'll rotate counterclockwise, the opposite of clock. So here in the right-hand corner will be quadrant 1, then we'll move to quadrant 2, then we'll move to quadrant 3, and lastly quadrant 4. And why we name them 1, 2, 3, 4 is because there's 4 of them. And it's really easy for an instructor to say, okay, everybody, let's look at this point in quadrant 2, and everybody's eyes will go to that location. You know we use graph paper. We draw a little dot, which in mathematics we call a point. And a point does nothing more than show a location. Another word for point that you've heard before is an ordered pair, because every location on the Cartesian coordinate system is represented by 2 numbers. Just a minute ago I told you the location of the origin was 0, 0. I gave you 2 numbers. That first number represents where you move horizontally across the x-axis, and the second number represents where you move vertically up and down on the y-axis. So when you give a location on this Cartesian coordinate system, your every point, every ordered pair has 2 numbers. So pair means 2, and ordered means they go in alphabetical order. You always list the value of x first, which way you moved horizontally, that goes first, and the value of y second, which way you moved up or down. Okay? When you list an ordered pair, a point, or a relation, all 3 of those words mean the same thing. When you list it, it has to go x comma y. And if it's truly an ordered pair or point, it's always put in the grouping symbol parentheses. And that's just notation. Don't fight it. Just write the point correctly. Another word for point would be coordinate or location. So when you name that point, give that coordinate, show me a location. Remember, it's x comma y in a set of parentheses. So now that we've gone over vocabulary, in the next module, we're going to actually talk about graphing equations. See you then.